Welcome back to the channel. We're Nick and Sarah, a British couple who left the UK many years ago in search of adventure and to live life differently. Over the last few years we've been exploring Europe in our camper van, but we've also been searching for a little plot of land that we can make into something special for us and our dogs.
Just recently, while converting a new van down in Andalusia, we found a plot of land online that ticked most of our boxes. As the van wasn't finished, we were unable to get to the land and physically view it ourselves, but we didn't want to miss this opportunity and decided to take a risk and go for it.
In last week's vlog, we headed to Portugal in our 33-year-old camper van to sign the deeds. Worried that our old van wouldn't make it and extremely nervous about seeing the land for the very first time. Is this what we've been searching for, or have we made a massive mistake? Here he goes again. What is it this time?
Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it'd be the Sardinian warbler. Sardinian warbler's back again. We have got the European magpie. No, the Iberian magpie. Sarah thought it was a parrot. Sarah thought the parrot had followed us from Andalusia. But yeah, it's a European magpie. Easy mistake to make. Easy mistake to make for a non-bird expert.
Here we go.
Thank you, darling.
Such a weird feeling. So today is Saturday. Yesterday was summer solstice day, the longest day of the year. We woke up here and we went to bed here. The whole day, the very first whole day we spent on our own land. It's such a weird feeling. We did want remote. We did want to be on our own. We haven't seen any people. There's no cars, there's no sound. It's lovely. It really is. And it is what we wanted. It's beautiful though. I think the longer we spend here, the more we're liking it, and we're finding out more about the land. We're finding different trees and things that we didn't know.
And birds. I love waking up to the sound of the Sardinian warbler. You just can't beat it.
Nick's got the bird app and I've got the plant app, so we're just finding out what everything is.
Bird app, I love it. You just click it, records the sounds, just tells you where the birds are.
Yeah. Nick seen a deer family yesterday.
I did. I seen a mother and a baby.
But he didn't have a camera, so
Unfortunately, I
don't know if I believe him.
It's like the parrots that you see everywhere that no one else sees.
It's just crazy. I think we are still in shock. And I think we want to show you a little bit of the land now and talk to you about what is actually here and why we really like it.
Now, go on. I was just going to say what you were going to say.
Yeah, go on.
I'm just going to say, now bear in mind this is the worst time of year. We are coming into summer. We've just had summer solstice. Basically, the land's looking pretty much at its worst.
It's very, very dry. And not only is it very, very dry, it's extremely overgrown. The land hasn't been worked for many, many years.
One good thing, olive trees. Yeah, we've got 50 olive trees.
About 50.
And the previous owner gets people in to prune the olive trees, look after them, and then gets olive oil from it. But that's all that's been done. The olive trees have been pruned and stuff, so the land has just been left. So
completely. So all of the rest of the trees, all of the fruit trees and stuff, they all need lots of TLC. Everything just needs bringing back to life. So we've got lots and lots of projects.
But don't worry.
This land is a project in between our travels. So we want to do a bit of both. We want to do a bit of this type of thing on our land and develop this land and make it lovely. And we also want to travel. Yeah, so one of us is staying on the land and one of us is going to
I'm just going to leave Sarah here. See you later. See you in Vinny. And I'll go off in the new van. No, I'm thinking like shoulder seasons, spring. Apparently here is going to be amazing.
It's so exciting. Gosh, it's just crazy, isn't it, that this is our land. Sorry guys if we're all a bit at the moment, because it is just insane. Right, are we going to show a little bit of this land?
No, you'll have to wait till next week.
Right, thanks for watching. See you next week. I don't know, it's very hard to know where to start when we show you guys the land.
The best place to start is the beginning or the start, or where you come into the land through the gate. Yes, we have a gate. The land is gated and fenced.
All the way around.
Yes, which is a huge selling point. Because with, you know, plots of land, you don't know where your perimeter is, but whereas we have got a gate, well, actually at the front of the land, our perimeter, our land extends outside the gate. There's a lovely little slate wall or schist wall, which is ours according to the deed map kind of thing. So yes, this is the gate.
And this gate, it's in very good condition. We're very happy with it. And as we said, it's completely fenced. So for us, that was a big thing, because that means that the dogs can just go and do what they want. The dogs are just free on this land. And it's quite cute because Dizzy comes down here to go out there and still go for a walk.
There's nothing worse than the dogs pooing on dried grass, you getting the strimmer.
So we are trying to sort of train the dogs to still go for a little walk outside the land. I don't know if it's going to work out like that, but see that tree there, for example, which is a silver, can't remember the name, is actually inside our land. There's like a separate fence going around that tree, which is a bit odd. So yes, so this is our gate, and then there's a little road that's a bit overgrown. This is where we had to dig out to be able to get in. This little track goes all the way to the end of the land. You can drive Vinny all the way to the end. We do need to clear it a bit. We do need to add some more gravel because over the years it has grown up a bit. But in places it is actually quite good. You can see where Vinny is just there. I mean, we didn't clear there, so the road is still kind of there. So that was obviously a huge selling point, meaning we can drive the entire length of the land and, you know, choose where to park and things like that.
So guys, we aren't going to give you a full-on tour of the land because we did already do that with our patrons. We had to walk around the whole plot, the 5,000 metre plot, and it's a bit of a mission getting round because it's so overgrown,
yeah,
and a bit prickly in places.
We did a full kind of detailed tour yesterday, so we won't go into that because the video will end up being 2 hours long as well. Now we've only got like hand tools. We did actually buy a strimmer, but we haven't used it yet. But the shears and a rake, an old rake we found in one of the storage buildings, works quite well. So we've cleared this area so we can turn around and park Vinny here. And we've also cleared the bank there so we can move the van. So that was the first thing we did when we arrived. As Nick mentioned, we have lots of olive trees and they are all bearing quite a lot of fruit. They've all been pruned quite nicely. We have got quite a few different fruit trees. We're still finding out what they actually are. We found 2 or 3 different fruit trees that we didn't realise we had yesterday. We haven't wrote them down yet, have we? We haven't got a list.
No, I wanted to write a list. I like my lists. I haven't written one down, so we're just gonna waffle. Basically, the biggest trees on the land, we've got 3 fig trees, have we? 3,
and a couple of baby fig trees as well.
Then Sarah's favourite is
mulberry. We have a mulberry tree. Can you believe it? After the last week's vlog, I used this app and found out it was mulberry. I just got so excited, and that's the most biggest kind of healthiest looking tree on the land. It's full of fruit, and yeah, don't know what kind of variety it is of mulberry yet, but it's all, we'll find out.
And then on the lower border, there's a sort of a little stream in the winter, obviously, and that's got, along that border, there's loads of grapevines, blackberries.
Yeah, and that's where your kind of fig trees and the mulberry tree is like kind of right near that stream.
Getting water from that little
yeah, and then
thing.
There's a couple of citrus trees, maybe 3 or 4, not sure if they're orange or lemon. There's some little fruits on them. Got a couple of pear trees, we've got apple trees, and then yesterday we found, we think it's kaki. Is it called kaki? Yeah. I'll put the correct word on screen. Yes, we've got one of those. That was really exciting. Did we say apple?
Yeah, we said apple. This is like the game, isn't it? Stop on the bus there was.
Yeah.
So we got pomegranate.
Pomegranate, yeah. And we've got, this one here is loquats, is it called?
Loquats.
Loquats.
So yellow fruit.
Yeah. So there's about 3 or 4 of these on the land. Oh, we've got almonds. So
almonds, 3 of those.
This is an almond tree here. I think there's about 5 or 6 of these.
Really?
So all of these trees we need to get all of this crap away, and we need to save the trees basically over time. It's going to take time to do all these things.
So we actually cleared this road. We've cut all the weeds back, cut all the grass, but there's still these little stalks sticking up.
Yeah, because this section here is like the kind of the lowest part of the land. So this is going to hold more water, if you like. It's kind of where the citrus trees are and some of the fruit trees before it goes back up. So now, if you look down here now, you can see that the road, we haven't cleared this, but you've got the gravel road, which we are going to make into, you know, a proper road where it can drive all the way up here. While we're into this position, I guess we'll point out this little...
Got a lovely little wall. I really wanted a little wall.
So we have this little wall.
Slate wall.
I don't know what the name of the rock's called. It's just very, very pretty, isn't it? We thought, yeah, so obviously, again, it's fenced. So that's like the perimeter of the land where the fence is. Look how cool Vinny looks on Vinny's land.
It's a nice olive tree, that, isn't it?
It is a nice olive tree, good bit of shade.
Olive trees are underrated. You see so many in Spain and Portugal, you just get a bit bored of them, but you get up close and personal.
And when you own your own olive trees, you really appreciate them.
What are those, darling?
Oh, okay, so we have lots of these. You can see those fruits. I do believe they can be eaten as they are, but they also are, I'm going to put the name on the screen, what the fruit is called, and they make like a slow gin from them, a very popular thing to do here in Portugal. So we have quite a lot of these. I love that olive tree. We've got some nice olive trees.
Is that your favourite?
I don't know. I haven't really been into all of the olive trees yet. Yeah, so this is our little outbuildings.
You bring the key?
No. See you in a minute. Keys, 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 keys. Hold on a second. What the heck is going on here? Vinny's been hacked. I've been hacked. The vlog's been hacked. Okay guys, I think you know what's coming now, don't you? But first, we need to announce the winners of the competition from several weeks ago. So sorry we haven't done that so far, if you don't know what I'm talking about. Basically, you needed to be on top of how many times we said NordVPN in our last NordVPN promotion. And what happened was most people got it wrong. We were so surprised. Only a handful of people got it right, and the answer was 14. And we decided to do 4 winners instead of 3 winners. So if you are one of these people, you need to get in contact. So that's Dazzler3407, user CT2HQ2UV5R, JackJack5961, and Salapina Blue 8765. You've already got in contact, so the stickers are on their way to you. But the other 3 people, can you please just let us know in the comments, and then we'll let you know how we can send the sticker pack out. Okay, so next competition, and this is a really hard one. So the prize is a t-shirt, one of these t-shirts, anything is possible in the colour you choose. And the question is, how many trees is there on our land? Now, we don't actually know. We're going to have to count them ourselves. It's going to be a complete guess. But answers in the comments and you can win one of these. First person to get it right wins a t-shirt. Anyway, I'm going to take a quick moment to tell you about today's sponsor of the video, and that is NordVPN. Thank you, NordVPN, for sponsoring our video today. We've been using Nord for about 3 or 4 years now, I think, and in our opinion, they are the best VPN in the market. Now, if you don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network. There's lots of reasons to get a VPN, the main one being security. A VPN hides your IP address or allows you to choose an IP address from anywhere else in the world. Basically, this helps to prevent hackers and snoopers stealing your information when you are online. Another great reason for getting a VPN is it extends your viewing capabilities, so we can watch shows from anywhere in the world, no matter where we are in the world. So Nick is really happy at the moment because we can watch the Euros with English commentary, even though we're not in England. So if you're interested in signing up for NordVPN, as usual, they're offering a fantastic deal on a 2-year plan, plus additional months for free. And with their 30-day money-back guarantee, there's absolutely no risk involved. Right, back to the future. Or is it the past? Keys, the keys. Where's the keys? It's so lovely because when we first got here, all of this was overgrown. And now after clearing yesterday, we've got like a proper little walkway all the way the length of the land.
So this is one of the little rooms, and this was actually fairly clear. Obviously it hasn't got a doorway, and there's a load of wood and fencing and stuff and bits of tubing for the water supply, but all this stuff is out of that room.
The first job, or one of the first jobs we've decided to do, is kind of make the little buildings usable and get rid of all the crap. There's a lot of rubbish in there, a lot of old tools, just all sorts of bits and bobs. So Nick's touching most of it because of spiders, but things like what you can see here, old bottles with don't know what liquids in. I mean, some of the tools we'll definitely keep. They're going to be handy for the land, like shovels, even if they're a bit old, as long as they still work, and things like this. But could that be a trap? And also this pile of sort of fence posts, if you like, we feel like there may be something in there. Don't know, some sort of creature, because the dogs have been going a little bit crazy. So Nicholas is doing a fine job of clearing out this whole area here of all sorts of bits and bobs and tools and yeah.
Some useful stuff, some haven't got a clue what it is.
We did find the manual for the, which we think is for the generator, which is over here. Oh yeah, and it's in English. So yes, we'll leave that with that.
Oh, corkscrew, always good.
What's in this one? Everything to do with watering hose pipes. Some little pickaxes and stuff down there.
Gosh, Dan, what's that? Have you seen that?
What's that?
Some sort of trap. Oh yes, look at this. They're throwing axes, you think? They feel like a throwing axe on the olive tree.
Darling! There was so much junk and old tools and rusty stuff and just cobwebs and some spiders and all sorts of things. And we spent the whole day, or half the day, more than half the day, just kind of clearing out this room, sweeping the cobwebs down. I think you might have noticed that there was a couple of bags and things of rubbish down by the gate. We have already taken some of the rubbish, but that's kind of what's left. There's going to be more rubbish out of these things that we need to sort through. But, you know, we want to try and use any materials, like we've kept those fence posts there. We want to create like a little fence around the well, for example. Some of the tools, the hand tools, are going to be really handy for clearing the land as well.
This is one of my favourites. I don't know what that is. Haven't tried it out yet.
This has to be my personal favourite. That looks like it's from something of the
caveman times.
era. Look at that, how that's made. It has to be an antique. Look at that one. That's a good one, isn't it?
This we think's, an animal trough, yeah.
It must be an animal trough, right? And if anyone knows what this great big thing here is, there's a few things that look like they've come from like a back of a tractor to try drag through and clear the land. We're actually considering hooking them on to little old Vinster and driving him round to clear the land, because we don't have a tractor yet. And then we have this we've cleared all of this area again. We've got this little terraced area. Yesterday we put this shade up just to help with some of the heat. We'll probably do a better job in the future, but kind of works quite well for now. You can see behind us here, we have a lovely grapevine. And look at the little beauties over here. We have some big bunches of grapes throughout, and I think we mentioned before that we've got lots of grapes running down like the border, perimeter of the land too. And I will just say that all of the trees on the land and everything is just living on its own. It's not getting watered. These are just all growing by themselves, everything, which is obviously how we feel that that's just brilliant, really, isn't it? It's just crazy how these plants have just established themselves enough to be able to survive a really, really dry summer's what they get here, because there is water, obviously, deep enough in the land.
Picturing it though, guys. Lovely little terraced area looking over the land.
Oh,
the green fields at the right time of year.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's hard to picture everything now where it's so overgrown and so dry, but we have confidence that we can make this land really great again over time.
Not much going on in here. There was before, loads of junk.
I'm going to open this so we can, there we go, see out and see in here better. Yeah, but this is a very, very handy room because it's quite big, it's solid, it's got quite thick walls, so it actually feels really cool in here. Even like the hottest time of the day, yesterday you step in here and it felt quite cool. This is like, we bought some of our like camping gear. Yeah, so quite happy with what we did yesterday. So this is a diesel heater. No, it's not a diesel heater. It's a diesel generator. No idea how it works.
I was thinking actually we could just use that for emergencies somewhere else.
Anyone have any information about these machines, if you're familiar with that? Let us know in the comments. Oh, this is the big thing. This is a big heavy thing that you obviously drag behind a tractor. It's so heavy, isn't it? Do you think Vinny could pull that?
Oh yeah, can't lift that.
I don't know what we're going to do with that.
That's another thing ticked off our list when we're looking for land. Obviously there's certain things which are really important, like water, which we'll go into in a minute. We wanted some sort of little building where we could store things. Fruit trees, obviously important, and yeah, the fence and the gate was a massive sort of bonus, wasn't it?
Because of the dogs. We just want the dogs to be free here and it to be their land, and you know, we can open the van door or whatever, or just arrive here and they can just go and do what they want without getting lost. Yeah, so that was probably one of the main things actually, wasn't it? The safety for the dogs. Yeah.
Anyway, let's go around and show you the potential swimming pool.
Now, so I do feel like we did quite a lot of stuff yesterday, now, thinking about it, in one day. I mean, it was the longest day of the year, so we did have an advantage. But yeah, look, this area here, when we did the little Patreon tour yesterday, was completely overgrown, and now it's completely clear. We've cleared this whole area just with hand tools, and it didn't even take that long, really. So you can kind of get more of a kind of image in your head what it's going to look like when we're all done with the whole land. You can proper see the olive tree, and you can actually proper see the outside of the little building here, and quite happy with that little bit of clearance.
Looks lovely, doesn't it? Little olive tree, this lovely little sort of stone building with a roof, and then just ignore that mess down there.
So yes, this is our, as Nick calls it, swimming pool. It's going to be a swimming pool, isn't it, by the time we're done? Plunge pool. We'll call it a plunge pool. Basically, this is a water storage tank, and there is a borehole. And when you switch the water onto the borehole, this tank fills up through there. And yeah, so this fills up, and then by gravity... me thinking that I know what I'm talking about here. So by gravity, the water then goes throughout the land. Now, dotted throughout the land, there is taps that you turn the taps on depending where you want the water to be. And we thought that was pretty cool. Like, you know, I've never really heard of that before. So as Nick said, this will make a great plunge pool. It's actually big, isn't it? This is actually really big. I mean, you can't swim in it, but you can definitely like sit in it and bathe in it.
White on the outside to reflect the sun, and then tile on the inside to make it like a feature.
Yeah. And I think that will kind of protect it as well if we tile it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Oh, palm tree.
As you can see, it's very overgrown down here, and you guys are probably thinking, oh my goodness, how are we ever going to get this work done? And there's lots of bees around here. You can just hear them buzzing everywhere. Little purple flowers. But yeah, as we said, this land has just been left for years and years, and it'll have to continue to be left. And we're just going to do what we can do when we can do it. So now we are at there's another little water storage tank here we're going to show you. This is like the older storage tank. Obviously that bigger one was put in at a later date. Look at this lovely pomegranate.
Ah.
All these trees need bringing back to life, de-weeding and all that sort of thing. He's rolling in poop, he's running around.
He's loving the land. We thought Charlie would be the one, but...
Dizzy is absolutely loving it. He just charges around. He doesn't care about all this long grass. See, Charlie now has stayed back at the little building because he doesn't like it at the moment until it's sorted. But this one, he's just running around everywhere.
Following us. Whoever goes off, he follows.
He loves it. Oh yeah, who would have thought? Right, let's show you this because this is like a big, big feature.
We can't show you properly because it's all properly covered over with shade and then this plastic polythene.
Yeah.
But
this is our well. Yeah, I feel like it's a lovely looking well, even though you can't see it. The sun is quite glary now as well, sorry guys. But yeah, at some point obviously we want to take all this off and like clear it all around, and we'll build a little fence round so it's like safe for the doggies and things like that. And I think it's like it's a really beautiful looking well, and because it's been kept covered as well, the water is really quite clear looking and doesn't have any algae on it and things like that. And yeah, just looking at Dizzy probably rolling in some boar poop or something again.
so yeah, this is at the lowest point of the land now, and it's quite flat here where all this these purple flowers are, and the bees, gosh what a sound. And the border, there's a little seasonal stream that runs there. That's where a lot of the fruit trees are, and this is where the land is probably more fertile, and then it's sort of gently sloping up to the road. So yeah, that's it.
We took the risk, and in our opinion we feel like the risk paid off for us.
Definitely.
Would I recommend buying land without seeing it? Definitely not.
The thing is, we were looking for land, and then, you know, we thought, let's just do it, otherwise we'll just always be talking about it.
Yeah.
And luckily the gamble paid off.
Yeah, and we are happy and we do really like it, and it ticks pretty much all of the boxes what we wanted for us and the dogs.
Washing line, see?
Washing line. That was like top of my list. At first we were just like, whoa, this is so much work. Oh my God, this is so remote and all that kind of thing. There was a bit of dread when we first got here, but spending, oh, look, see, the internet's just come on again. We have patches of good internet around the land and patches of terrible internet around the land.
Charlie's just come and found us.
Oh, yeah.
That's adventurous, isn't it?
Very adventurous. It's quite soft though, this, isn't it? This isn't spiky, it's very grassy here, so it's all, there's no spikes in this area. There's more spikes at the top where it's not as fertile.
This is a little project in between trips.
Yeah.
So it's all going on this channel.
Lots of little projects. Oh yeah, this is now like the Explorers Variety channel. A bit of off-grid living, a bit of like gardening, a bit of travel,
A bit of cute dogs.
a bit of village life down in Andalusia.
Every now and then Dizzy's just like rolling on the land. He loves it.
I know, it's just like living the dream.
He's been checking the perimeter, guys. Don't worry about that. Head of security. He's got a lot to do, but he's up to the task. One good thing about Portugal compared with Andalusia is even when it gets to summer and it's really hot, it's quite cool in the mornings and at night.
Yeah, you can sleep a lot better than what you can back down south at home kind of thing, can't you? So you can see now Nick's wearing a hoodie and joggers. I think it's a bit extreme, the hoodie. Gosh, those bees were deafening, weren't they? You come back up here and then you can hear the birds again. The bees just took over down there.
Hello. You're right, love, take your time.
So obviously the first thing we had to do on the land was get a swimming pool. And yeah, this one arrived yesterday. Quite quick delivery really.
Bit small, I think, though.
Yeah, well, it's a trial. We can always go a bit bigger in the future. So we got it yesterday, filled it from the borehole, and here we are, living the dream, living the good life. And we also got one of these.
What plot of land and pool wouldn't be complete without a inflatable unicorn and a few friends?
A glitter unicorn. I mean, the Amazon delivery service is so good into the middle of nowhere.
Only joking. We didn't buy the pool, we rented it.
Yeah, it's just a rental.
Yeah.
Just for a few weeks.
No, we're staying at our friend's house. We've come to their lovely place, like a rural retreat. So nice, and it's been nice. Spend a couple of days here and just chill out after the
Portuguese good life this place is, I tell you. It's just so lovely. They've been spoiling us and we've just been lapping it right up. No, it's been amazing really, because obviously the last week has been a little bit
last like 5-6 months.
Well, the van build, but the last week of kind of the little bit of stress involved as well of, you know, buying a property and not seeing it first and everything else that goes with that. And it's been nice to come here and just relax and enjoy it. And lovely. How many lovelies is that? Because it all just is very
Get a sticker back if you told us how many. Times it by 14, divided by 3, plus 6.
There's going to be loads of answers. Yeah, so guys, let us know in the comments what you think of our land. Don't judge us for the dryness and the overgrownness. It's like in its worst state you're going to see it at the moment, and things can only get better, and we are very happy with it. I'm very excited about what's to come. It's all just, yeah, it's all happening really.
So many little projects for the future, but we are going travelling first, so don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry about that. But anyway, we'll leave it there, guys, and follow us for daily updates on our other socials, posting bits and bobs there, and follow us on what do you call it?
Patreon?
Patreon. For
Yeah,
extra
why
content,
not?
if you fancy a bit of that.
Tell all your friends to subscribe. Subscribe yourself if you haven't. Don't be
Easy
lazy.
and completely
Don't
free.
be lazy.
Ding our bell, and we will see you in this swimming pool next Thursday for another enthralling
Variety Channel Explorers episode.
Okay.
Take care, guys. See you
Thanks
next
for
week.
watching. Bye.
I'll watch this graceful moment. Look at that. She's like a dolphin, like a mermaid, isn't she? Like a mermaid riding her steed.
Let's see you get on the old tortoise then.
Turtle, darling, turtle.
Turtle. Tortoise, turtle.
You'll have to wait till next week for that, guys. Like Antiques Roadshow, isn't it? I was going to keep that because of the colour scheme and the retro thing, but I don't know, it's a bit, I don't know what's going on with it.